Hi, my name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the pre-show. The pre-show starts at 6:45 p.m. every Wednesday, and it goes until 7 p.m. Approximately. And it allows you to make sure your webcam is working, make sure your microphone is working, get ready for the show, make sure that it's presentable, no technical issues. So right now, if you're coming here and you don't want to participate with the show, but you would like to just watch, the show starts in about 10-15 minutes or so. If you're watching this later on, if you're watching a recording of this, just know you can just fast forward real quick at the bottom, and you can just jump to the start of the show. So that's about 10 minutes in, 10-15 minutes in. Today we're talking about, I have that here somewhere, we are talking about time and energy as currency. So you're going to understand a little bit more about that once we get into the topic of today's show. But it's a point of view that I have about time and energy and resolving conflicts and things like that I find very, very useful. So I'm really looking forward to talking about that here today. It's going to be a relatively short show today, but we're going to have a lot of fun anyway. So I sent out the invitation. If you followed the instructions in the description, you would have received an invitation at the top right corner of your Google Plus account or on any Google Plus page that you're logged into, or rather I should say any Google page, I'll get it out, just give me a second. Any Google page that you're on. So it could be in your Gmail page, it could be google.com, it could be on your Google Plus page. At the top right corner, you're going to see a little bell. And next to that bell, there should be a number, a red square with a white number inside, and that's where you'll see the invitation to the show. Otherwise, if you're having any trouble participating with the show, there's an easy way for you to get on. All you have to do is go to our meetup page, meetup.com/TLOA-MTL. That's TLOA as in the law of attraction, MTL as in Montreal. And right there, you're going to see for this event, in the comment section, I put a link there. I put it there because anybody with the link can pop into the show. And for quality control, we don't want just anybody randomly popping into the show. That's why we ask that you add the Law of Attraction Montreal to your circle so we can see you, know who you are, have some accountability. But the link is there for those of you who are having trouble coming in. All you have to do is click that, and then you'll be on air. So just be ready that if you click that link, it's not just to watch, it's actually to be on air. So if you have your microphone and webcam hooked up to your computer, well, they'll be activated. So keep that in mind. We have a very fun episode here for you today. I'm just waiting for our guests and co-hosts to come into the room, see who's going to be joining us. I never know who's going to be here or if anyone's going to be here, but either way, I know for sure we're going to have a good time. So if you have any suggestions for next week's show or for upcoming shows, any topics that you'd like to talk about, we often take suggestions for the show for the topics. So please feel free to suggest us anything. You can go to theappreciationist.com and to contact us through there, or you can just email me at peter@theappreciationist.com. But just head over to theappreciation.com. You can post a comment anywhere that you can find us. It could be on our Google page, YouTube page, Meetup page, Facebook page, our website, theappreciation.com. Anywhere that you can find us, please post a comment, either suggesting what to talk about on the show, subject that you like. If you want to submit a joke for the Joke of the Week, if you want to share a moment of appreciation that you would like read on the air, if you'd like to choose between the words for our Joke of the Week, please feel free. Look, I'm just going to hang in there for a little while. If you see me looking around, I'm just getting ready. This is the pre-show after all. I'm getting ready here. I remember last week we had the choice between inspiration and possibility. I think inspiration won out, so I think possibility is left, but we'll see how that goes. It could be vice versa. I'll wait for my co-host to let me know. All right, that's all the announcements, all of the information here. If you're waiting for the show to start, just hang tight. If you're watching this later on, feel free to fast forward. The show starts in about 9 minutes. It's 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minuto? I don't know. I gotta practice my Spanish some more. Anywho, everything is looking good here. Okay, I'm going to send out that invite one more time, just in case anybody had any difficulty. But again, you can just click on the link that's on our Meetup page. I'm just going to sit here quietly and patiently waiting for people to come, hoping that people come. If one person comes, I'll be fine. If no people come, I'll be a sweaty mess, but I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'll talk by myself. Hey, you know what? Honestly, I'm sure I can do that. It'll be a relatively short show with me talking by myself, but it'll be fun because I love to share what I understand, share my perspective, share what I know. if only for the fact that it makes me happy. But bonus, it tends to help people. So happy to do it. Happy to do it. If you've seen our old shows, especially the earlier ones, earlier on before I had co-hosts, you probably saw me talking to myself a lot, and how easy it was for me to do it. If you've attended any one of our meetups, you know I can go on these long monologues, half an hour, 2 hours. It's not uncommon, less common these days, but it's because I'm trying to shut my mouth. But moments like this, just on the air, waiting for people to show up, I can talk all I want, can I? Nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me. I have a wonderful moment of appreciation to share. Had a fun time. And I'm looking forward to hearing your moments of appreciation. Hey, I can let you guys know. Here are the segments for the Appreciationist, at least as it stands today. This is how it goes. We start off with our introduction, so I just say hello to everybody. If you're new, if you've been here before, then the introductions are very quick. But if you haven't been here before, then I introduce you. So that's the introduction section. Then we move on to a moment of appreciation, which is, of course, the most important thing that we do during the show. We look back at the past week and we examine, we pick out something that we can appreciate. It could be something that was good, that's easy to appreciate. It could be something that wasn't quite so good, but that you found appreciation in it afterwards. And then after that, we jump into the joke of the week. We get to laugh a bit, have a nice, silly little joke. And then we move into our segment, What a Great Idea, where I point you towards an idea, a great idea that is worth your attention. And then we end with before the ending, we have a nice conversation about the topic of the week. And then we finish it off with What's for Dinner, where we pick out what we ate in the past week that was yummy, that was good, that was notable, that we'd like to talk about. So what's for dinner doesn't only have to be about what you're eating tonight. It could be about what you ate recently that was very, very good. I gotta remember that. What did I eat recently that was very, very good? Besides my own meals, my own delicious burgers. Oh yes, I do know. I gotta write that down before I forget. Write it down. Okay, there we go. So it's 6:55, so I'll be starting in about 5 minutes. Just waiting for my guests and co-hosts to come on, if they're coming on. Sometimes it could be one of those days where, just one of those days that a girl goes through. You're not going online. But I want to talk it out with you. So I hope somebody comes. But it's okay if you don't, but I hope you do. But it's okay if you don't, but I hope you do. See me just having a fun time here. What can I talk about? What can I talk about that will entertain you, that I don't want to talk about during the show? My mother. No, I can talk about my mother during the show. It's fine. It's fine. It's warm in here. Warm weather. Don't know what to say. Well, I do know what to say, but I don't want to say it yet because it ain't 7 o'clock. The show hasn't started yet, and I gotta save the good bits for the show, right? For the stage. So I'm gonna hold out here. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. Thingamajink, machin truc, what you might call it. So how you been? How you been doing? Yeah, doing well. Doing okay, getting by. Yeah. It's a season of change, springing eternally. Yeah, having a fun time. I want to get a bike. Yeah, I want to get a bicycle so I can ride around a bit. I want to be able to ride my bicycle to my girlfriend's house instead of having to take the metro in such nice weather. Nice bicycle. That'd be fun. What are you going to do for the spring, huh? How are you going to change? What are you going to grow with? All those questions and more on this episode of The Appreciationist. Starting in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minuto. I don't know if minuto is Spanish for minute, but it sounds good. It sounds a little quesadilla-ish. It sounds a little burrito, a minuto. Yeah, that's a little Italian, I think. Okay, I'm going off the rails here. Going off the rails. I'm just going to calm down. Every now and then I got to remind myself to check to see if we are broadcasting. We had one episode where I didn't hit start broadcast. Everybody came in and started talking. And we had a fun conversation, and it wasn't even recording. What's up with that, huh? Yeah, I got to check that. Got to make sure it says that there. Okie dokie. It looks like it's going to be one of those shows where Peter is talking on his own. well, that's fine. Okay, that is perfectly fine. I'm trying to figure out how to put my hands on my hips so you can see it. Perfectly fine. I will figure it out. Today we're talking about time and energy as currency. I'll give you a little teaser, a little clue as to what we'll be talking about. Have you ever seen the movie In Time? In Time with Justin Timberlake. It's on Netflix. That'll give you kind of an idea of what we're going for here with this conversation about time and energy as currency. And I think it's a fantastic idea, and I thought it was a great movie, very entertaining to watch. Well, I mean, it can't be entertaining on any other level but to watch, I guess. But anyway, that's my teaser. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to just be quiet for the next 20 minutes. Is anybody else feeling uncomfortable right now? I'm not. I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating, it means I'm not uncomfortable. I'm a little shiny. That's only because it's warm. Most awkward pre-show ever. Pretty weird. Show starts in 1 minute. And it doesn't look like I'll be alone.
Hi.
Hi, Val.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. You?
Fine. I'm going to be drinking tea the whole time because my throat is in a bad shape.
No worries. No worries. I'm actually planning on keeping this a short episode, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Nice, interesting subject.
I thought it would be fun. I don't know if we've talked about it before. I might have mentioned it, but I thought it might be cool to sort of elaborate on the subject today.
I don't remember, actually.
Well, it's something that I sort of bring up in terms of like an argument, but I don't think we've had it as a subject for the show, so I think it'll be fun. I had a conversation recently with someone where we talked a long time about it, so I thought, hey, why not talk about it? Energy as currency. Actually, we had a bit of it in after a session where we talked about it just a bit about other things. Other
ways of, yeah, maybe. I don't remember exactly. I thought I was pretty much aware of everything that went on in that workshop.
A lot went on, so we can all be forgiven for not remembering everything. And it was really just an offhand comment, but it's the way I see the world, and I think it's a very useful point of view, and I'm going to be happy to talk about it here today.
Yeah.
So it's 7 o'clock. We're going to start the show soon. Is Beatty coming? I wonder if RSVP. Let me check. Very quickly. I know Sam can't make it today, but that's perfectly fine. There we go. Live. What do we have here? No, that's right. I don't think we have Beatty here today. So it's going to be, honestly, Val, I think it's just you and I on camera.
I'm glad I showed up.
You and me both. If you get a chance to see the pre-show, you just see me spinning my wheels there. I felt like
I honestly, I almost sent you a message saying I wasn't coming. So I didn't have the best day, but I got myself back together in the past hour. So I talked myself into it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm really glad you're able to come. It's perfectly fine not to have a great day, not to feel like coming on the show. I mean, that's perfect.
Well, you know how I did it? I actually watched another one of our shows on acceptance that we did back, I think it was around Christmas time. And by watching it, I got what I needed. So it was like, okay, yeah, that's right. All right, let's get back into the right track. And it put things into perspective.
Excellent. Well, look, I don't want to keep you too long, so we are going to have a relatively short show. So we'll start now. If anybody joins us, that'll be fine. But I think it'll just be us two. You
have your words?
Yeah, that was it. Did we choose inspiration last week or possibility? Which one did we go for?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think we chose inspiration. I don't know. I think we chose inspiration. No.
Okay, I think Sam might be watching. So Sam, if you remember, just let us know which one it is. Otherwise, we'll figure something out. It'll be fine. Okay, good. We're gonna start the show. Get my pen ready. My marker. Where's my marker? I had it somewhere. I thought it was all prepared.
That's fine. That makes it very natural.
Good.
I want to know what you're drinking actually in that mug of yours.
Oh, just water.
Yeah, sure. Vodka.
It's a vodka flavored water. No. I had a nice drink with Sam the other day. We got to enjoy the balcony, warm weather. We had a tequila, but we couldn't make a tequila sunrise because we had no grenadine and we didn't want that. And so we came up with our own drink. We named it. So we put orange juice and cranberry juice in tequila with some Perrier water. Perrier, whatever. I guess that's water.
Yeah, water. Yeah.
We called it a pink Mexican. So I don't know if that's a.
Oh, I like that.
There's a pink Mexican. It looked like Sam when she's sunburned, you know. So it was.
Yeah, that was perfect to go along with that. Is it hard to find grenadine?
No. We just didn't want something sweet. The tequila that we drank was one that Cynthia brought back from Mexico, agave tequila made from cactus. Just totally delicious. It's so smooth. It's so easy to drink on its own. It's got this sweet sort of taste to it that you don't really want to add something too sweet to it. So grenadine is very syrupy. Okay, today we're talking about, okay, let's start the show. We'll get to that. Make sure the pen works. Okay, here we go. Hi, my name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. Tonight's show, we're talking about time and energy as currency. That sounds a little complicated and convoluted. Don't worry about it. We'll get to it at the later part of our show. But first, I want to introduce my lovely co-host who did me the great favor of not leaving me alone here tonight. So extra love and appreciation for the wonderful Valerie Soule. Thank you very much for being here, Al.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. I know we had your cat in the shot there. I was having a fun
time. I know. She's around. Don't worry. I just that's the problem. Every time I'm not on camera or I turn to mute, it's usually because she's doing something and I need to take care of it.
Well, I completely like that. I really love that. Okay, great. So the most important thing that we do during the show, of course, is a moment of appreciation. That's when we look back in the past 7 days and we pick out something that was good, that we appreciate. Or it could be something that wasn't so great, but that we can find some appreciation for it right now. By exercising our appreciation muscles, we become that much more effective at becoming appreciationists and appreciationers. So let's exercise that muscle here today. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Awesome. Monday, we went to a new comedy club, Comedy Works downtown, and had a blast. I mean, a super fun time. Didn't bomb. Did very, very well. You know, of course, not perfect, but
you won.
Very satisfied. Say again.
You won.
Well, I won. Well, I won, but you know, I shouldn't have won. I think I won because my people came out. People came out to support me, and I think they voted for me. Tom says it wasn't exactly like that I really did genuinely win. But either way, I had such love and appreciation in my heart for the people who came out. A special shout out to Heather Boyd. Heather, if you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, you'll see she retweets us and she talks about that stuff and she promotes us. And it was really great to see her. Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to her much, but we felt such love that she came out. I think she invited someone else too. So I had quite a few people come out to see me, and so that was cool. The club was full. It was a great night. It was one of the best nights, like admittedly, from everyone who was there, and even the owners. They said it was one of the best nights they've had, I think, ever since they've opened for their open mic. So it was super fun. A big crowd, new jokes, landed very well. Only got a little bit sweaty. When I get about 30% sweaty, 40% sweaty, it's like a good day.
That's a good day.
Yeah, I'm just damp to moist. You know, that's pretty good. And also being able to enjoy the warm weather. Finally, sitting on Sam's balcony, enjoying the sun. We went out for a walk, had breakfast by the canal, and so just like a wonderful couple of days.
Nice, yeah. Nice.
That's my moment of appreciation.
Again, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I'm so busy. Like every night I've got something. It's crazy. I had a friend of mine that we were trying to reschedule stuff actually, and we're rescheduling for like almost in 10 days because it's just crazy. So I'm really sorry.
I'll only get better. So there's no harm in waiting.
Okay, Good, good. I'll see you at your peak, you know?
Yeah, well, no, not peak. I never want to peak.
You don't want to peak ever. Always room for improvement. Always getting better.
How about you? Your moment of appreciation. Anything good?
I'll share two. And of course, my cat is meowing like crazy in the back right now. This afternoon, I was at my desk and not feeling that great. And at some point, I don't know, my chair is, you know, I don't know, it turns like a regular office chair or something. And at some point, I don't know, I just let it turn because my floor is not even. So it just turned by itself. And the feeling of turning like this was like, oh, this is nice. I used to do this when I was a little girl, you know, like just turning on your chair. I don't know how you say it though. And so that's what I did for a couple of minutes. I just kept, you know, swinging myself and just turning and just feeling it. It was like, oh, that feels really good. So that, like, simple, but yeah, it felt good, and it just felt good, like, because it was so simple. So there was that. So that's one, and it was perfect that it happened today because I just really, I said, oh, that would be a good one for tonight. So that's one. And also I've been working, and Sam has been helping me with that. Like I've been working on learning how to receive more. And it's, I think it's working, because yesterday, I mean, honestly, out of the blue, yesterday and the day before, and I have no idea if this is gonna really come to fruition, but it is quite amazing. I have a friend of mine who contacted me and said that there's a company that is looking for a translator, and it's to do some translation at NASCAR in North Carolina, like in May, like in a couple of weeks. And I have no idea what she was talking about, because I said, translation is on paper. Are you talking an interpreter or a translator? You know, because I'm a translator, I'm not an interpreter. So she said, look, I have no idea. This woman is looking for somebody. She used to work with me. So why don't you call her? So I called, and I got a bit of information. I don't have everything yet, and nothing is, you know, nothing's for sure yet, but just the opportunity is kind of fun. So she said, actually, it's an interpreter we're looking for. I said, well, I've done it with friends and family, but I've never done it like officially, you know, it's not something that's not my training really. But she said, no, it's really for people that have won a trip to go there. And they're from Quebec, and the company wants to give them the courtesy of having somebody who can translate, because most of them don't speak English. So they want, when they meet the pilots and when they do the, I don't know, the visit of whatever, they want somebody to be there so they can translate. So I said, well, that sounds like a fun adventure. So I said, sure, have the company, you know, contact me, and we'll see where that leads. And but I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's amazing the kind of opportunities that can come your way that you couldn't even dream of, you know. And so that was exciting. Even if nothing happens, it was exciting.
Oh, that is so awesome. And I love that you started off by saying, like, being able to receive, you know, because sometimes when these opportunities come out, you're like, well, me, should I? Like, but being able to receive either compliments, receiving, you know, whatever it is, you know, it could be an opportunity, it could be money, it could be whatever it is. Being able to take that is very, very important. So are you intimidated by that idea, or? Not
that much, actually. It's kind of, no, I'm excited about the unknown. And it's kind of funny because it's amazing how the mind can be very structured. And when she said, well, I'm looking for an interpreter, when I saw that in the email, I'm like, well, so then that's not me, because that's not what I do. But then I remember when they kept saying North Carolina, I had thought, well, if they want translation on paper, they probably don't need me to go there, but I wouldn't mind going there. Mm-hmm. So I remember thinking that. I'm like, well, look, it's not, you know, so then go. Then forget the fact that you've never done it officially, but I've done it tons of time with friends and family coming here. When I take them to the States, it's like, you know, I'm translating like crazy. So I said, no, I'm excited about I hope I get to go, because I'm sure it'll be a very interesting and fascinating experience. So
I think that's excellent.
I hope it works out.
Yeah, of course. Either way, it's something to appreciate. But I mean, from my perspective, I think that you could definitely do it. You know, I think you would definitely be good at that. I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to hear more about that. But if this is the only part of it, it's a very, very exciting opportunity. I love those unexpected things that come out of the blue and that force you to sort of like up your game. Like even internally, your own confidence level, you've got to like start telling yourself, no, maybe I can, maybe I can, maybe I can. And to occupy your mind with something like that, it just, I don't know, it makes my days better, it makes my weeks better when I'm aiming in that direction. So very, very cool moment of appreciation. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
I think you substituted out, you were the replacement for Beatty's excellent moments of appreciation. You had
I know, she always has like crazy fun one. Yes.
But you had her here today, so very, very cool. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any messages here. Okay, good. So that's a moment of appreciation. And what I'd like to do right now is just move on into, you know, I want to say my second favorite. It's kind of tied for my first favorite. It's another segment of our show we call the Joke of the Week. Joke of the Week. Okay, so we didn't know if it was possibility or inspiration. So let's do this for now. So we're going to leave this for next time. And we're just going to pick a word today. Okay, it's just going to pick a nice fun word for today. What word do we like today? How about
Clarity.
Clarity. I like that. Clarity.
If you don't want it today, you can keep it for another time. That's
Oh no, I like it.
Guys, excuse me just for a second.
Yeah, no worries. So we're picking the word clarity here. So we're not choosing between two words. I couldn't remember. Unfortunately, I didn't remember the last show. We had inspiration and possibility left over. So we'll just keep that and we'll deal with that next episode. Since today we're just Valerie and I. Valerie gets to choose the word. She chooses clarity, and I think that's an excellent word. And we're going to pick the joke to say here today. Okay. Okay, so we read that one. Perfect. So I think you're going to like this joke. Okay, let me just take a sip of water here.
I don't have the sound effects because it might take a while before I get there. So.
Oh, don't worry about it. Your genuine laughter will be enough. Awesome, cool. Here we go. Clarity. Just so you know, the word has nothing to do with the joke. The word is just a tool that we use to pick the joke. And today it's just the word that we picked because we like words. And I think clarity is a good one. Here we go. A woman rubbed a bottle and out popped a genie. The amazed woman asked if she got 3 wishes. The genie said, nope, sorry, 3-wish genies are a storybook myth. I'm a 1-wish genie, so what'll it be? The woman did not hesitate. She said, I want peace in the Middle East. See this map? I want these countries to stop fighting with each other, and I want all the Arabs to love the Jews and Americans and vice versa. It will bring about world peace and harmony. The genie looked at the map and exclaimed, Lady, be reasonable. These countries have been at war for thousands of years. I'm out of shape after being in a bottle for 500 years. I'm good, but I'm not that good. I don't think it can be done. Make another wish, and please, be reasonable. The woman thought for a minute and said, well, I've never been able to find the right man, you know? One that's considerate and fun, romantic, likes to cook and help with the house cleaning, is good in bed and gets along with my family, doesn't watch sports all the time, and is faithful. That is what I wish for. A good man. The genie let out a sigh and said, let me see that map again. I thought that was so funny.
I thought the genie was gonna go, come on, like more, like come on. I asked you to be reasonable.
Oh, I just died when I read that joke. I just like it. Sometimes I read jokes that put men in charge and then women get the joke, but now I like it when it's the other way around, when women gets the last laugh. Okay, last week I actually forgot. Last episode I forgot to say the what a great idea. So when I say what a great idea, I point you towards an idea, a service, a product, a website, a person that is worth your attention, because whatever we give our attention to becomes a bigger part of our experience. So why not give our attention to great ideas? What a great idea. This is the one I wanted to say last week. I don't know, Valerie, if you've ever heard of this. It's called, let me just put it out here. Let me make sure I have it right. So it's called Oyster. Okay, Oyster Books. Have you ever heard of Oyster Books? It's known as the Netflix for books.
Oh, neat.
It's very cool. So if you're familiar with Netflix, what you do is that you pay one low subscription and you get access to, let me make sure I'm still here, you get access to a variety of movies, right? And a variety of TV shows. Where Oyster Books, you pay a one-time fee, a monthly fee, sorry, and you get access to a wide range of books. Now, isn't that an amazing idea?
Yeah. That is wonderful. It makes a lot of sense. That's a great idea.
I think it's really cool. I mean, I haven't gone through all the books. I know they have some popular books there, but I'm definitely going to be checking it out. It's you can find it at oysterbooks.com.
I assume it's mostly fiction.
Well, from what I can see, it's like, from what I could see, it's all kinds of books. So yes, I see fiction. I see biographies. I see. Let me just take a quick look at the
categories or something.
Categories. Well, I'm clicking on Explore, and for some reason, Explore is not working. The site looks absolutely professional, but this one link isn't working. So I guess that's just, oh, my bad. They have a problem. Interesting. Anyway, oysterbooks.com. I'm just going to take a quick look here. New York Times bestsellers, biographies, business, fantasy, fiction, literature, history, mystery, romance, thrillers, art books, comic books, do-it-yourself. I mean, they have all the categories.
Yeah, all kinds. Wow.
And they have a category that just says Harry Potter. I guess that shows you.
Okay. Wow.
How popular that is. I want to walk into a library and there's like the Harry Potter section, and I think that'd be kind of lame.
Yeah.
But anyway, oysterbooks.com. It's the Netflix for books, and if that doesn't sound like a great idea to you, you haven't been using Netflix, so you might want to go check that out. So today's topic. So we have not too much time left. We have about 15 minutes left to end the show on time. Hey, this will be the first show.
Wait till we get there. But yes, that might be the one that we actually end on time.
I just think to myself, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, so today we're talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, is time and energy as currency. And I just want to give you a little understanding into what I'm talking about. Have you ever seen the movie In Time, Valerie?
I don't think so.
So I don't know if you have access to Netflix. Let me know if you don't. But
yeah, I have Netflix. I love it, and I got it thanks to you guys actually when you mentioned it. So yeah.
Perfect, excellent. And so there's this movie there called In Time. It's starring Justin Timberlake. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that get you down.
No, I may have seen it, but okay, I don't. Oh yeah, a couple of years back.
Yeah, that's right. It's a few years old. I've watched it a few times. It's a movie that I really like. I was talking to somebody about it. So basically, In Time, they have their currency in that world is time. So you're born with a certain amount of time, and when you reach of age, that time starts ticking away. And rich people have the most amount of time, of course. They're leisurely, they walk slowly, they take their time to do things. Poor people are always running places because they don't have time. And I loved how it sort of exemplified how valuable time was. I was talking to somebody, we were trying to talk about, and this subject I usually bring it up about when it comes to dealing with conflict and arguments. You ever find yourself just like locked in an argument, arguing for way longer than you really need to? Or worrying way longer than you really need to, or just like really in a negative place, but way longer than you need to. Like you can't snap out of it, but you don't for whatever reason. But you ask yourself, well, how long should I spend in this argument? How long should I spend feeling worried? How long should I spend? And when you're talking about how long should I spend, it's like literally saying you are spending currency, time as currency. If you wouldn't spend, and this is what I usually say, if you wouldn't spend $5 on this argument, why spend 5 minutes on it? Why spend 5 hours on it? If you wouldn't spend money for it, why spend time? Time is more valuable than money. Money you can get, you can lose it, and you can get it back. Time, you have the exact amount of time. You're not going to get any more or any less. And so this person I was talking to was dealing with some conflict, dealing with some issues, was having some trouble, and then wanted to, they were really stuck on it. And I asked this person, like, how much is your time worth? How long are you going to spend being miserable about this, worrying about this, feeling this as a problem? And when the person started thinking about their time in terms of currency, like money, like you're paying for it, they started realizing how much easier it would be to stop yourself in the middle of an argument, to stop yourself in the middle of conflict, because you're realizing I'm paying out for it. So that's the way I see my life. I see my life, my time as valuable, more valuable than money. And I really don't give any more airtime to a problem or to a worry or anything like that than is worthwhile. What do you think about that, Val?
I think the timing of this is actually it's perfect. And you're right, you've talked about it before and I had forgotten. So this is perfect that you're giving me that tip today. But my problem today was I was worrying about money. So how do you, this is kind of funny. It's like, I'm worrying about money, but then my time is money. So I don't know if I had had that thought today. I don't know how I would have solved the problem. Maybe it would have made it worse because it's like, oh my God, I'm spending my time. I'm spending money I don't have. I don't know.
Well, I completely get that. Like, I completely get that. So I'm not the type of person who tells people they should never worry, because I think we worry for a reason. We get stressed for a reason. We get mad for a reason. I think there's value to that. The question is, how long do you spend in that state? Now, when you're talking about money or you're talking about a relationship, whatever it is, you're talking about an issue. But your perspective on the issue, the orientation that you're having on this issue will greatly affect your ability to solve it. If you're saying, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, then you're accessing that part of the thought universe, and you're going to get more thoughts that corroborate, that amplify the feeling of woe is me, right? Woe is me, I need money. Woe is me, I have to deal with this issue. But you can also be solution-oriented, right? You can be concerned about this issue, but not in a way that handicaps you, not in a way that cripples you or paralyzes you, but in a way that will allow you to free up your mind, the processes of your mind, to access thoughts that might find solutions. Because whether you're worrying about it or whether you're thinking about a solution, you want this to be resolved, right?
Right.
I mean, that is ultimately your goal. Your goal is not, I want to spend as much time as I can worrying about this. You're worrying about it. All of us worry about these issues because we want it to be changed. And so you have to ask yourself the simple question. How, in terms of quantity, you measure it in your own terms, but how much worry is this problem worth? How much worrying time is this probably worth? Now, I would argue that it's worth some worrying time, right? It's kind of crazy. Someone says, "Oh, don't worry about it." Yeah, well, don't worry about it, but I got to pay my bills. Really, don't worry about it. Well, worry about it to the point where you feel the energy to like do something about it, and then quit worrying and going, "What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?" Now, here's the thing. Let's say you don't know what you can do. You don't know. You have no idea what you can do. Well, I promise you, your situation is likely to be better off if you ask yourself, what can I do, instead of what can't I do? Even if there's no answer to it, you're better off asking yourself, what can I do? Even if you can't come up with an answer, because at least you're pointing yourself in the direction of the solution, and you make it just a little bit more likely to get into the direction. So yes, you might be, I find myself in that situation too. I have an issue with money, and I can worry about it, but I just realized worrying doesn't really do much. And instead of, it gives me an ability to put my attention on it, but it doesn't do much after that. I'd far rather spend my time more wisely, just like I would spend my money more wisely. I'll give you a very simple example. When I used to go to work 9 to 5, I used to spend at least $100 a week on junk food, snacks, just junk food. I didn't need to eat, just ate because I was bored, I guess. I didn't have anything, so you eat. And when I started wanting to do more business-related things, create our website and stuff, I used to say, I have no money. And then I realized, well, if I cut out junk food, I'll at least have an extra, what, $400 a week, a month.
A month.
And with what could I do with $400 a month? Now, maybe you don't spend $100 on junk food. Maybe you spend $10 a day on coffee. Well, what could you do with that money if you didn't spend it there? People go, well, I need coffee to wake up. Well, is there anything else that you can do to wake up? You can go to bed on time. You can eat healthier foods. You can drink more water. That might free you up. And so when you start thinking about that, what is it that I have in my life? What can I do? How can I convert what I have, whether it's my attention, whether it's a skill, whether it's something that I possess? How can I convert that into money? And then how can I use that money more effectively? That same thought, you can say, how can I change my time. Do I waste any time during the month? I waste time. Do I waste any time? If I saved an hour each day to do more work and have 7 hours a week, what could I do with 7 hours a week? What could I do with 14 hours for 2 weeks? You know, what could I do with 30 hours more a month? Well, you might find yourself being able to do a little bit more. And that type of thinking is when you spend your time on those types of thoughts, the yield, the benefit you get from it, it's like investing in yourself and you get a reward for it. There's a long answer to that question.
Yeah, converting, like thinking about converting stuff, yeah, or transforming, and then yeah, I like that a lot. And
that's right.
Being aware of what's happening, you know, it's like you're worrying about money, and it's yeah. I mean, it took me a while to switch it around because it's amazing. I mean, we know that it's amazing, the momentum, you know, and
that's right.
And then eventually. Yeah, so it's just switching again, as usual, the mindset, and then just grabbing onto something that makes that time worthwhile. You know, it's like, okay, let's switch the thought to something that feels good, and then it's spent in a, you know, in a better way. Let's just say, or at least one that feels better and more productive.
That's exactly it. More productive. You know, every one of us, even the highest CEO, can more effectively manage their time, can more effectively manage their mind. So it's not a criticism to say of me or of anyone else. You can do better with the time that you have, with the money that you have, with the thoughts that you have. You can all do that. So the question is, the reason I like this analogy, the spending time as currency, is that I would, instead of having people have slow starts, I want them to like have a faster start, a bigger bang. And I want people to just like give up on, I want them to look at their life in a week and realize how many things they could just give up worrying about, arguing about. You know, there's some people argue with their lover 4 times a week. There's some people they wake up every morning and it's like a pain to get to work, to get their mind in that zone. There's some people who worry about the clothes that they wear, or they criticize their body or whatever it is, and they spend all this time, and I don't think they realize how much time they spend doing things that doesn't really help them. And I want people to snap out of this, like snap out of it. Like, I know you want to have this argument, and I know in your heart of hearts it feels like, oh, so good, like have this argument, it matters so much. But then think about what you really want in life. What you really want in life is that you win this argument, or that is your life better. So like snap out of it. Just every chance you get, which is literally, it can be every minute of the day. Now, it won't be that, but I would aim for that. Every minute of the day, just remind yourself, what is it that I'm working towards? What is my focus? What is my point of focus? What am I doing? And then every time you have to make a decision, whether it's what to eat, what to wear, or what to think, how to feel, because those are all decisions too. You might not realize it, but they're decisions. Every time you have to make a decision, ask yourself, will this be an investment in my future? Will this help me get to where I want to go? And if the answer is no, and you can't figure out any other way to go about it, still don't do it. Still don't worry, because it won't help you. You might as well spend that time you could be worrying, reading a book, writing down valuable things that you are or have or can do, anything like that. It's far better to spend your time in that way, even if you don't see how it can help, because clearly we can see how arguing, how worrying doesn't really help us. So I want people to snap out of it. I want people to like really take charge of their finances. Like if you were down to your last dollar, I promise you would be spending that dollar very wisely, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so if any one of us is down to the wire, now is the time to start thinking about it like money. And you're not going to spend a single minute of waste if you can help it. Now, of course, we're not perfect, but as long as you have that attitude, I feel like you can really rock it. Sam did this. Sam is one of these people who's inspiring because she just, like, that's it. I am done. I am done with all that I've been doing. On to the new thing. And you start and it's like, oh, but just like on to the new thing. And Sam just rockets up. And the same thing happened in my life. The day I just like gave up on arguing with people, explaining myself to people, waiting for validation, worrying about money, and just started going, go, 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 go. And then people look at you and go, oh, you must be special. You must be born special. You must be different on some level. Like, I'm not any different than anybody else. I just gave up on the way I did before. Anyway, I like talking about this subject. It reminds me of in church. I learned this in church. In church, have you ever heard of being born again?
Yes.
Like a born again Christian. So they baptize you and you're essentially born again. Now, that is a remarkably good tool. It's a remarkably good visual to literally be born again, because when you come out of that water, you're given this permission slip that says everything done is finished. You get to choose from now on who you want to be. And I wish we could all have that born again experience. You know, I wish we could all sort of wake up tomorrow and go, that's it. Everything that I used to do, I'm not going to do it again unless I choose to do it consciously. I'm not going to eat another meal without asking myself, how do I feel about this? I'm not going to have another conversation without asking myself, how does this person make me feel? Or how do I let this person make me feel? I'm not going to put on another piece of clothing unless I ask myself, is this valuable? I'm not going to buy a bag of chips or buy a thing at the grocery store without asking myself, will this move me forward in the direction of my dreams? Every single moment. And especially if you're in a dire straits, if you're at the red line, now is the time to cut out all the fat and to start honing your thoughts, honing it. So when I learned that my time was money, like not that my time can make money, but it was as valuable or more valuable than money, it snapped me out of my funk.
Yeah. And the way you're talking about it, it's almost like you're rearranging your time, really. It's like to make it more efficient, to make it work better for you. So it's almost you can almost see it, you know, like I don't know, on a chart or something. It's like, okay, let's get rid of this, get rid of that, change it for this, and that, and then yeah.
Exactly. And so what does that mean? That means that if you find yourself procrastinating, at the very least, don't beat yourself up for procrastinating. Just make it the best procrastination time ever. Like, enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to procrastinate, don't worry about it. You're going to make it worse. Just find a way to really procrastinate the heck out of your day, you know? And at the end of the day, you go, I got all of that procrastination out of my system, because I wasn't like, oh, I should be doing something. I just like, today is the day I don't worry about not doing things. So today's the day I free up myself. And I promise myself tomorrow, I'm going to go full force. Isn't that kind of like a funny way of looking at things?
Yeah, at least feel good about procrastinating. Yeah.
Come on. It can be so good. It can be so useful. Why beat yourself up? Like, why ruin... You know, I go on vacation and I sit down there and I go, oh, I wish I was working. I wish I was working. But then I have to like tell myself, like, shut up. You're on vacation. You're here. Like, now's not the time to go, I wish I wasn't here. Now's the time to play games, have fun, create a stronger bond with your lady. You know, now is the time to use your procrastination. So use it to your advantage. And so, you know, I want people to have this type of thought. And it's very, it's hard to appreciate the rewards of it until you do it. Until you start realizing that things come out of the blue when you start doing new things, that you start realizing that you get ideas that you would never have access to before. You find yourself braver and a little more confident. And you see that reflected in the comments and the words that other people say about you. And it's very quickly becomes rewarding. You know, if you put $20 a day into a bank account, at the end of the month, you would feel, wow, I have a lot. You know what I mean? So I'll put 20 minutes a day in the bank, put an hour a day into the bank. And I promise you, at the end of a week, at the end of 2 weeks, at the end of the month, you're really going to feel like you have more, because it's literally the same and even better than putting money in the bank. That was my hard sell. That was my hard sell. I hope you bought it. You bought it with your time at the very least. If you're sitting here going, oh, Peter, he's just wasting my time, and you're still watching, you got to get out of here, man. You gotta go. Anyway, I have my comedy hat on, so my brother's here, so we got to watch comedy. I feel that way. Anyway, I wanted to keep the show short. We just went over a little bit, 6 minutes, but I think we nailed it, didn't we?
I know, that's not bad at all. That's really good.
It should just be you and me, Val, all the time. Why do we need any of the others?
I don't know. It's boring. No, it's never boring with you. That's for sure.
It was a lot of fun. Look, just before I let you go, what's for dinner? You can tell me something that you're eating today or something that you ate in the last 7 days that you thought was really good.
Something that in the last 7 days that I thought was really good. Can't think of anything. So unfortunately, tonight was like super boring, and hard-boiled egg and rice. That was it. I needed fast because I couldn't even remember that if I had lunch. That's how it was like. What? Where was I today? It's like, and then I remembered I had lunch, but it wasn't much. So then I had to eat something fast because I was feeling weak. So that was it. I went for something.
It sounds like prison food. You have a hard-boiled egg for you and some rice. Yeah. It reminds me of my youth. My mother, I used to wake up in the morning, go to the kitchen. She'd just be eating a bowl of rice with butter.
That sounds good, though. That sounds good.
It sounds good. It sounds like the poorest food you could possibly eat.
No,
that's the food they had in my country.
Like, stale bread. I think that would be the worst. You know, like but butter is good, and rice, I don't know, or pasta, it's good.
Oh yeah. I've said it before, and I think even Sam has said it. That's actually pretty good. Don't knock it. So maybe I won't knock it. But I had Sam made me delicious banana bread with chocolate chips. We were at the store, and I pointed it out, and I said, "Oh, that's really good. I miss eating that." And like without even asking, she just made it for me, and she's making me another batch, and it was delicious. I mean, it was so good. So I have another slice here today. That'll be my dessert. But thank you so much, Sammy, for making that very delicious. I had a lot of fun. Is there anything left to say?
Have a good week.
Have a good week. Val said it. Take care, Val.
Bye.
Bye. That was a lot of fun. We missed all of you who weren't able to come to the show today. Just one of those days, perfectly fine, no sweat. I want to say thank you to my lovely co-host, Valerie. I want to say also thank you to our co-host, Beatty, and our producer, Samantha Barley, is behind the scenes there, making sure that everything goes like clockwork. Just want to let you guys know what's upcoming for us. Unfortunately, I think a lot of our events are booked right now, but you can still check it out. Maybe there'll be some dropouts. We had a wonderful time at karaoke. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that for the moment of appreciation. We had an excellent time at karaoke. Such a great turnout. So many people. Unfortunately, not a lot of the pictures came out, but we have some of them sent out to Sam. You should be seeing that soon. So check out her Facebook page. Facebook.com/self-discovery-Montreal soon for that. You can also go to our meetup page, meetup.com/self-discovery-Montreal. You can check her out at samanthabarley.com to get all that good stuff. Follow her on social media because she's very active. If you want to interact with Sam, interact with her Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You'll definitely get her there. On April 30th, that is tomorrow, we have a community discussion, self-love. I think that's full, like I said, but please check it out. May 1st, we have a new members only meetup. Again, I think this one is also full, but if you really want to come, it's going to be kind of hard for me to say no. It's going to be at the Chai Tea Lounge as well. May 8th, we have a Happy for a Change meetup. It's technology, spirituality, and the evolving future. That's a community discussion. And of course, tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist. Have a nice night, guys. Take care. Bye. No, I said I ate banana bread, but I didn't say what was for dinner. Right? I've been eating some delicious burgers with avocado and jalapenos and black olives and cheddar cheese, old cheddar cheese, and a homemade chipotle sauce. I'm going to eat that right now. Bye, guys. Thank you for everybody who came out to see us at karaoke. I would say all your names, but I'm sure I'm going to forget them. It pleased me to no end to see you guys out there, and I hope you come and check us out in the future. Always going to come up with new jokes. Want to make you guys laugh. Want to show you what it's like to go full force into the breach. Even though I'm scared and nervous and sweaty, I go up there and I do it in part to inspire you guys to pursue your dreams. There's no wrong way to do it except not doing it at all. Take care, you guys.